Del and I met actually at the very first show that he played as a member of Bill Monroe's Bluegrass Boys back in 1963.
Wow.
And he played banjo that night. He actually went and played his first gig on the 5-string banjo, and he was flawless, I gotta say. Yeah. But, we both met through our mutual love of bluegrass music. And, a lot of bluegrass is rooted in American folk songs. And so we'd like to play one of the old folk songs that came into the bluegrass repertoire. I believe this was recorded by the Carter family, and we probably learned it from the Stanley Brothers. It's called the East Virginia Blues.
North Carolina.
playing bluegrass, we've watched quite a few generations of young pickers and singers come up through the ranks, some of which are in the Del McCurry Band, Del's two sons, Ronnie and you know, the thing, and of course all these young kids, as they all, you know, most of them want to be mandolin players. That's I don't blame them, you know, but, and some want to be banjo players and dobro players and fiddle players, but not too many of them just want to lay down some good old solid bluegrass rhythm. Wait, you know, that's kind of the unsung heroes of bluegrass music, are the rhythm guitar players, but they all.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned that, because we get neglected.
I know. Well, I'm trying to correct that.
I know.
I promise change.
And I appreciate it.
And in addition to this great, powerful rhythm, a lot of these guys, they put in these little bass runs in between the chords. They're really cool. Like, for example, Lester Flatt, he had the Lester Flatt famous G run. Really, there it is, man. What could be simpler than that?
Put it in the right spot.
You gotta put it right in the right place. It's everything. Of course, Red Smiley, he had a good D run.
Yeah, he did.
There you go. Very good. And Jimmy Martin had his own G run, you know. That's bluegrass, I'll tell you. In fact, now that I think of it, all those guys had their runs.
They did.
Anyhow, we have put together a little tune to showcase Del's guitar playing, some of his runs. It's available on our double CD. We have a live CD, and we have some of the only copies in the world here. But this is a little number called the G-Run Blues here.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's time to hear Del sing a good solo number.
Oh, they did it once.
We don't do anything that any of our bands plays. Yeah.
I try to forget all that stuff our bands do.
Yeah. Sex machine. Well, you know, Del, by the time, you know, Bill Monroe offered Del the job the first night he played as a banjo player. And by the time he went down to take the job, Bill sort of transformed him into what we see today, a lead tenor singer with playing rhythm guitar.
It's not a pretty sight.
It's a beautiful sight. Imagine we'd be in some bar somewhere here and he'd play the banjo if it wasn't for this. I mean, our name is in lights.
I'm sure that if I'd still be playing the banjo, my name and yours would be in lights, but mine wouldn't.
No, the lights would be out.
But you know, I guess I'll tell folks a little story about it, huh? If we got time, you got time for a little story? Well, you know, David's right. The first show I ever played with Bill was in New York City, Bill Monroe, that is. And it was my first trip to New York City, too. We played at a little place up there. I forget the name of the place, really.
Oh, it was NYU.
NYU, New York University. It's just a little school up there. Out in the country. But anyway, I thought, well, we'd go up there and we'll rehearse, you know, because I never played a note with that guy before. So we get up there, we tuned up, and it's time to go on stage. So I didn't get to rehearse anything with him, and it's just fortunate. I had been playing about 10 years by that time, and I started playing when I was really young, and I heard Earl Scruggs, you know, so that got me on that banjo track, you see. But anyway, he offered me a job that night, and I for some reason, I had been playing with a guy in Baltimore by the name of Jack Cook, who was an ex-bluegrass boy and he's a great rhythm guitar player. And so I enjoyed that. We were both the same age. And finally I took the job, or I thought I should take the job. So I went to Nashville. And lo and behold, there's another banjo player there that I didn't know about, and he didn't know about me either. We both went for the job the same day, actually. And we met in the hotel room on 7th Avenue. If any of you folks ever been to Nashville, there's a hotel, used to be there, Clarkston Hotel. Well, we met Bill there, and he said, now I'll take you all out for breakfast, and then we're going to go up in the National Life and Accident Insurance building next door, and we'll rehearse some things, see what happens, you know. So he tried us both on guitar, and both of us on banjo. And it wound up, he said, Dale, I want you to play guitar. You're going to like that better. I don't know how he knew I could play a chord on a guitar, but I had learned to play it before. My brother taught me when I was about 9 years old to play chords on a guitar, you see. And maybe he suspected that, I don't know, but anyway. And should we tell him the other guy's name?
Well, yeah, he's a
He is.
from around here.
He sure is. He's from Brockton, Massachusetts, you know where that's at. And I'll tell you, he recently passed away. We really miss him. His name was William Bradford Keith. Brad Keith.
Well, you know, that was a great band. One of Bill Monroe's greatest bands ever, and I went to hear that band whenever I could.
You recorded that?
And I even, brought a tape machine down there. Actually, we released a show that was from Mechanics Hall in Worcester, Massachusetts.
Wow.
And that's out on acoustic disc. Bill Monroe would always feature his lead singer on a solo number about the second tune of the show. And invariably, this next song is what Del would be singing with Bill Monroe. So he still just nails this one.
Don't expect too much.
expected all. The Dark Hollow.
I'd rather be in some dark hollow where the sun don't ever shine than to be in some big city in a small room with her on my mind. So below you were so freight train, take me far on down the track. I'm going away, I'm leaving today. I'm going, but I ain't coming back. I'd rather be in some dark hollow where the sun don't ever shine than to be home alone, just knowing that you're gone and cause me to lose my mind. So below you were so freight train, take me far on down the track. I'm going away, I'm leaving today. I'm going, but I ain't coming back. So low you were, so freight train, take me far down the track. I'm going away, I'm leaving today. I'm going, but I ain't coming back.
Oh, girl. Yee-hoo.
Well, you know, bluegrass music, really, Bill Monroe, I guess he started his professional career with his brother Charlie as a duet, just sort of like this, you know, mandolin and guitar. And they made about 60, they cut about 60 tunes for a label called Bluebird, a subsidiary of RCA Victor back in 1936 through 1938. And I guess they had a little sibling rivalry going on there.
Definitely.
And yeah, well, Del can tell you some real stories about that.
They're not fit for airplay.
They split up the act in 1938, and each one formed his own band. Charlie Monroe formed a band called Charlie Monroe and the Kentucky, what was it? The Kentucky Partners, yeah. How many of you have Charlie Monroe and the Kentucky Partners records? All right, okay, great. It's about 3. And Bill Monroe formed a band called Bill Monroe and his Bluegrass Boys. How many of you? Well, you know, Bill Monroe would say that bluegrass started in 1939 when he brought his band to the Grand Ole Opry. But Del and I are of the opinion that bluegrass didn't really come together until 1946 when a young banjo player from North Carolina joined the Bluegrass Boys, Mr. Earl Scruggs. Already in the band was Lester Flatt, wonderful singer and guitarist, and a great bluesy fiddle player named Chubby Wise from Florida, and a bass player named Howard Watts, or Cedric Raynor. He had an alias. alias. We don't know which is which. They were the same guy, according to all the records that we found in the Bluegrass Catacombs several years ago. But we'd like to do one of the tunes that Bill Monroe recorded just shortly after Earl Scruggs joined the band. It's called Toy Heart.
This is really sad, this song is. It's a great story though, just follow it through there. I'm just gonna let him come in and sing for you.
Well, this is kind of, a lot of the bluegrass folk song repertoire is drawn from tragedy, tragic songs of life. And I actually put together a CD a while back called Life of Sorrow that had many of these songs. Morbid, unrequited love, murder, incarceration, you name it. Kind of, a pre-TV forensic files. Oddly enough, a lot of the melodies that were written to these morbid lyrics are quite uplifting and joyous even. As I said, most of them, but not this song. This is called The Snow Dove. make her bed, and not one word to her mother she said. Her mother, she went up there too, saying, daughter, dear daughter, what troubles you? Oh mother, I cannot tell that butcher boy that I love so well. There's another girl in another town, and she goes right back, and she slips right there. He takes her down on the knee, and he tells her things that he won't tell me. That night her father came in from work, saying, daughter, dear daughter, where is my girl? He went upstairs to give her home, and he found her hanging on a rope. He took his knife and he cut her down, and in her bosom his words he found. Go dig my grave, both white and pink, for the marble slab at the head of feet. In the middle of my grave, put a snow white dove to show this world that I died for love.
You know, we were talking about that guy Bill Keith a while ago, and you know, David, yeah, I've got a capo. You know, last night we played over at where we played. Somebody know? And I lost my capo, and the whole night I couldn't find it. It was right there behind me. I don't have eyes behind my head. But I wish I had it. But you know, David, he wants to make. We're going to do a little kind of a tribute to Bill Keith, you know, Brad Keith, because when he joined Bill Monroe, you know, he went right in the studio that very week, and I wasn't in there with him because I wasn't in the union. I couldn't do it. But Bill Monroe got Brad Keith in the studio and got him in the Union Hall down there in Nashville all in 1 week. And I belonged to a union, but they wouldn't accept it in Nashville. You had to be in that local before you could play the Grand Ole Opry. First time I ever played the Grand Ole Opry, had to not play the guitar, just sing. They let me play, felt naked. Stood there with my hands in my pockets like this. But anyway, but Brad Keith, you know, he got him in there and recorded a whole bunch of tunes because, you know, in those days, bands and musicians would come and go. And Bill thought, you know, I better get this while it's hot.
Yeah,
And it was hot.
sure was, yeah.
Sure was.
Yeah, Bill Keith reinvented the banjo.
Yeah.
Kind of came up with a style that's known as the melodic style, where you can play every note of a fiddle tune. And pickers like Bela Fleck and Noam McKelney and Tony Trischka, you know, they're standing on Bill Keith's shoulders.
Yes, yeah.
Anyhow, we'd like to do a little medley of three of the pieces that Brad recorded with Bill Monroe. And if you can guess the names of these three tunes, good for you. floor and take a little breather. And we should mention that we do have some merchandise here, and we have the two most lovely, greatest wives in the history of bluegrass music. Jean McCurry and Tracy Brisbane are here to help facilitate you obtaining as much of this stuff as you can possibly. You know, Hanukkah is coming up, and Christmas as well. So we have got some. We've got Dell's latest recording with his band. It's called Dell and Woody. And what happened is the relatives of Woody Guthrie asked Dell to write music to a number of 26 songs that were left over without music. And he did a great job, and he and his boys recorded a wonderful CD of that music. It's really great. I've heard it, and you need to have that. And he's got some Del Yeah t-shirts. Some beer mugs. And of course, we have our brand new, if you haven't heard it before, live album. It's kind of just like what you're hearing tonight, and a lot better. And in fact, we have Mr. Dave Moretti here with us. He designed the cover. He designed all the acoustic discs. And he brought his friend Dave Moretti with him. There were actually two of them there. And I also have some the extra large pizza tapes. 170 minutes worth of pizza tapes with Tony Rice and Jerry Garcia. I've got a few of the dog books. Book of the Dog is music, and I started publishing my tunes in music notation. And if you don't read music, there's still a lot of really cool pictures in these books. And Tracy is a wonderful artist. She does a lot of musical portraiture, and she did an oil painting of Dylan and I and me, and it looks just like us. She's got some art prints, so please check all the merchandise out. So these will come out at the end of the show, and be glad to mutilate anything you want. And so we'll do one more tune for you now. This is kind of, in the mid to late 50s, rock and roll exploded onto the musical scene and kind of put everything else out of business for a while, including bluegrass really out of business. But a couple of the bands, tried to push back, or at least if you can't fight them, join them type thing. So we'd like to do Country Boy Rock and Roll.
You can tell I'm from the country, see I'm from about town, but I'm beginning to catch on. I'm letting my hand out. I've been a rockin', I've been a rollin'. I guess some old town and village, you let make a fool out of me. Since the day that I was born, I've been a rockin', been a rollin'. I guess it's some old town and village, you're letting make a fool out of me. We did. So we might have to take a break here in a minute. Good to see you all out here tonight. You know, David has written a lot of great instrumentals through the years, you know. I mean, really great. I'll tell a little story, David, while we're here. One time I did a tour of Japan, and I flew on a big 747 jet from New York City, I think it was, all across Alaska and over to Tokyo, you know. And I put the headphones on, you know, because there was nothing you could do, nothing to do on an airplane. And they were playing David Grisman music the whole way from New York City to Japan. Because, you know, he had a lot of tunes that were background songs for movies, yeah. Now, this is not one of them, though. He just wrote this last week.
Well, it's background for this movie.
That nurse new don't even have a name yet. That's it. Yeah, sounds good. If I wrote you, you asked me not to call you on the phone, but there's something I'm wanting to tell you, so I wrote it in the words of this song. I didn't know that big honky-tonk angel, I might have known you'd never make a wife. You gave up the only one and went back to that wild side of life.
That's Don picking right there.
And now we're going to get Dale to sing a good solo number. We've got this recorded in the record quite a while back, but we've never played it as a duet. He's going to sing it solo. Great song by who's the guy that wrote this song? I met him.
I'm not sure who wrote this.
Guy from California.
Oh, David Griswold.
No. That's a real good one though. It's called A Good Woman's Love. So we know about that. We learned from Ralph Stanley.
Let's do that. Oh, yes. Tell me a little bit about this.
You can tell me.
I would love to tell the folks about this song. You know, Dr. Ralph Stanley, y'all know who that is. We all celebrate. He had a style of mountain music, you know, it's kind of like bluegrass, but he called it mountain music. And so he had a signature song that he sang all his life, I guess. And you know, David did a duet with that Ralph on this song here, and it's on his record, it's on his label, and I think they did a great job. And David did a good job, and so did Ralph Stanley, and I'm going to try to sing my part on this.
Well, with apologies to Dr. Ralph, this is his song, but we lost him a little ways back, and he belongs to the ages now.
In the Hall of Fame.
Yep.
I am a man of constant sorrow. I For 6 long years I've been in trouble. No pleasure here on earth I find. For in this world up and around, I have no friends to help me down. You may bury me in some deep valley for many years where I may lie. But then you may learn to love another while I'm sleeping in my grave. Maybe your friends think I'm just a stranger. My face you never will see no more. But there is one promise that is given. I'll meet you on God's golden shore. Dog's got this on a record. We done this on our duet record, and also David did it on his sextet record. Boy, you ought to heard this one with the jazz band.
It's called Dell and Dog.
do you think? Let's see.
Hot dog.
I think we ought to maybe get serious now.
Let's do that. Let's get
Yeah, I think I want you folks to pay attention to the lyrics to this next tune because they may have life-changing repercussions if you can, understand them. It's almost like reading a deposition. In fact, it took me about 40 years to learn this song. And, but I think I have it all figured out. It's ready to go. And it's good for the whole family. It's a clean song, basically. So, without further ado, hit that big wine strum. He's his own grandpa. Now, many years ago when I was 23, I was married to a widow who was pretty as could be. This widow had a grown-up daughter, had the hair of red. My father found her and soon the two were wed. This made my dad my son-in-law, changed my very life. My daughter was my mother 'cause she was my father's wife. Complicated the matter even though it brought me joy. I still became the father of a bouncing baby boy. This little baby then became the brother-in-law to dad, and so became my uncle, though it made me very sad. For if he was my uncle, that also made him brother to the widow's grown-up daughter, who of course was my stepmother. I'm my own grandpa. He's his own grandpa. It sounds funny, I know, but it really is so. I'm my own grandpa. My father's wife had a son who kept him on the run, and he became my grandchild, for he was my daughter's son. My wife is now my mother's mother, and it makes me blue, because although she is my wife, she's my grandmother too. I'm my own grandpa. He's his own grandpa. Sounds funny, I know, but it really is so. I'm my own grandpa. Now, if my wife is my grandmother, then I'm her grandchild. And every time I think of it, it nearly drives me wild. For now I have become the strangest case you ever saw. As husband of my grandmother, I am my own grandpa. I'm my own grandpa. He's his own grandpa. Sounds funny, I know, but it really is so. I'm my own grandpa. Dog, that is.
Well, did you figure it all out? I got it all figured out. We're both our own grandpas, because we got grandkids and it just comes back around again. What do you think?
Sure does. You want to do another one of them songs we've never played before?
Let's do that. Yeah, we do that every night. We do a song that we've never done before, even rehearsed.
Yeah. In fact, we've never even done this before.
I know.
Want to do I believe in you. Yeah, sure. Well, I think we put it in F, didn't you say? I thought Bill Monroe recorded this in G, and you said it was F.
And we got a bet on it.
Yeah.
Got a bet on that. And wins.
That's what Earl Peterson said.
Let's see. You know, Bill Monroe and Jimmy Martin. Jimmy Martin was a great lead singer for Bill Monroe back in the 50s. You know, the early 50s. Is that it? And I hope you have learned.
This song has interesting, for those of you that study, lyrics to songs. It's got very interesting syntax happening with this song, and see if you can spot it.
I got to tell you this, David,
Okay.
while we're at it. I was working for Bill Monroe, and so he came up with this song, and I knew the song, but I didn't know what key it was done in, And so Bill said to me one day, he said, let's do that, I hope you've learned. And he said, what key do we do that in? And I said, G, I think, Bill. No, it's F.
That's what I said,
He said the same
I thought it
thing.
was G, just like you did.
I know.
We're going to have to check that out. We'll go on the internet after this show.
I hope it's the right song. I've been away for just a year, and you forgot me, my dear. The judge said I must take the call. I never knew how much I loved until they sent me far away, where each minute seemed a day. But maybe someday I'll be free. Well, you be waiting there for me. I'm in this cell because of you. A crime I did, you wrote me to. My jealous heart just could not stand to see you with another man. Until they sent me far away, where each minute it seemed a day. But maybe someday I'll be free. Will you be waiting there for me? I hope someday that you will learn, and broken hearted you'll return. But listen, darling, please don't wait, for maybe it will be too late until they send me far away, where each minute seems to do. But maybe someday I'll be free. Will you be waiting just for me? Okay, we'll do it. We'll have to listen to the record. Any of you folks know what key that was recorded in? It was 1950.
I can look it up on my cell phone right now.
No, it was later than that. It was like at least 1952.
It's 54.
50 to 54. It was
Those were the
fun.
good word. Yeah,
It was.
that's when America was really great.
It was. Now, I'll tell you, we should.
Monroe is releasing a record every 6 weeks.
He did.
You gotta get
Now, you know what? Would you like to hear David play something on the mandolin? I sure would. Unless you'd rather do something else. We never know what we're doing up here. We used to carry a schedule, you know. We put it here, but look, there's nothing here. I'll show you.
Yeah, when we started, we were going to get a teleprompter, and we missed the Clinton yard sale, you know. Yeah. The Trump people bought all the teleprompters they could find. We just had to, you know, get it the hard way, you know. I'll tell you what, Del, I'll play a little and you sing a little.
How about that?
This is a beautiful country waltz
Oh, okay.
that we have recorded, and it's, you know, speaking of politics, we are, but,
It was
you know,
action.
this song was, it was a big country hit in the 40s, and it was an even bigger pop hit in the early 50s,
Yeah.
and it's a great song, and they actually made it the state song of Tennessee.
They voted on it.
They voted on it. I don't know how they do that stuff. I guess it was, you know, the electoral college or something. Anyhow, this thing became, it's like being the president of songs in Tennessee. And somehow, I don't know how this happened really. I'll have to research it. It was removed from office. It was impeached. So these things are possible even in the music world. I don't know how they did that. You know, it must have been the Republicans, I guess. Probably was.
Yeah, they condemned it.
I mean, a poor little innocent song like this, and then it was replaced by Rocky Top. I mean, give me a break. You know, I mean, you know, Rocky Top is okay, you know.
Our apologies to Bobby Osborne, who sang it.
This is a mature, you know, experienced song. This song's got depth, you know. Anyhow, we're going to play it for you. Dell's going to sing it. See if you recognize it. Oh, wait a minute. That was the wrong kickoff, friends. Yeah, that was your fault. Definitely.
I was waltzing with my darling to the Tennessee waltz when an old friend I happened to see. I introduced him to my loved one, and while they were dancing, my friend stole my sweetheart from me. I remember the waltz and the Tennessee waltz. Only you know how much I have lost. I lost my little darling the night they were playing the beautiful Tennessee waltz.
friends, we have enjoyed picking and singing for you folks here. And we hope we can keep doing this for as long as we can keep doing it.
Yeah.
As long as you folks keep showing up. All depends on you. So I would like to say we're going to end this with a Monroe Brothers song. Just like we started, the first song of the night was called Feast Here Tonight. That was a Monroe Brothers song. And we're going to close it off with another quite similar song, actually.
Really?
And
One difference.
well, there's a couple. Yeah, there's at least one difference. And I mean, maybe you should tell me about it because I don't want to come off like bragging or anything.
Yeah, well, this song has 6 verses. And well, it did have 6 verses that meant something, probably, but you know what I mean. In my mind, it just needed something else. So David, he wrote the 7th verse to this. And I'll tell you, it's the only verse that really is good. It really is. I promise you that.
I never heard you say that.
Now, will you take that tape? Oh, there's a dog fan right back there.
Well, you know, hey, I appreciate that, Dill. I wouldn't want to say that it's the best verse myself.
I think it is.
Looking a little boastful, but I have to really agree with you. Not that those other verses aren't happening; they're pretty darn good, you know.
It works its way up to
It works its way up. That's right. It just kind of needed to get a little higher. So we're going to leave you with this little ditty and watch out for that 7th verse. And if you want to applaud a little extra, I mean, you know.
I'll stop and applaud with you, yeah? I will if you want me to.
But we hope we can come back again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Del.
Darling, you can't love one. Darling, you can't love one. You can't love one and have any fun. Oh, darling, you can't love one. Darling, you can't love two. Darling, you can't love two. You can't love two and your heart be true. Oh, darling, you can't love two. I'm on that new river train. I'm on that new river train. That same old train that brought me here gonna carry me away again. Darling, you can't love 3. Darling, you can't love 3. You can't love 3 and still love me. Oh, darling, you can't love 3. Darling, you can't love 4. Darling, you can't love 4. You can't love 4 and love me anymore. Oh, darling, you can't love 4. I'm on that new river train. I'm on that new river train. That same old train that brought me here gonna carry me away again. me high, oh, darling, you can't love fire. Darling, you can't love sex. Darling, you can't love sex. You can't love sex, that kind of love don't exist. Oh, darling, you can't love sex. Right on that New River train. Right on that New River train. That same old train that brought me here is gonna carry me there again. Darling, you can't love seven. Darling, you can't love seven. You can't love seven and expect to go to heaven. Oh, darling, you can't. Right on that New River train. That same old train that brought me here is gonna carry me.
Brown dog. Woo!
Life is like a mountain railroad with an engineer that's brave. We must make the run successful from the cradle to the grave. Watch the curves that fill the tunnels. Never falter, never quail. Keep your hand upon the throttle and your eye upon the rail. Blessed Savior that will guide us till we reach that blissful shore where the angels wait to join us in thy praise forevermore. As you roll across the trestle, spanning Jordan, swelling tide, you behold the Union Depot into which your train will glide. There you meet the superintendent, God the Father, God the Son, with a hearty, joyous party. Weary pilgrims welcome home. Blessed Savior.